Yesterday, I was playing GTA 5 with my favourite pet ant, D. Piddy. He was staring intensely into the screen as I drove around the map, running pedestrians over. And I couldn't help but think, maybe my ants want to play GTA with me? And it gave me an idea. What if D. Piddy and the rest of his family had their own city? But not just any city. They needed Los Santos. Yep. I'm about to 3D print the entire GTA 5 map as the brand new home for my ant colony. But there's a big problem. The ants are going to take 10 days to arrive, but the entire GTA 5 map is going to take 45 days to print. And there's no way I'm going to be able to print this in time with just one printer. And if I don't print this in 10 days, then when my ants arrive, they won't have a home and they'll most likely die. So here's the plan. I'm about to 3D print the entire GTA 5 map as the new home for my ant colony. Once complete, my ant colony will take part in GTA style missions such as bank heists and gang wars. The first step was to find a 3D model of the map online. But to know how big I want this thing to be, I had to scale this map to a suitable size for this room in my house. Once I knew how big I wanted it, this 3D model had to be scaled up and dissected into printable segments. Frank?
Yeah?
Do you think you'd be able to cut the entire GTA 5 map up for me into like 82 individual pieces?
Why the
So this is Frank. Frank is plan B because plan A didn't exactly go to plan. And to be frank, he's now our designated 3D artist for this project. Over the next few days, Frank worked his magic and I sat there pretending to help. Once it was done, we had 82 pieces of Los Santos, which is when I actually realised the scale of this project. And I still don't have enough printers. Basically, I got a huge project and I've got about 800 hours worth of printing to do for a YouTube video I'm making.
No. The person you are trying to reach is currently unavailable.
Basically, I'm trying to print 800 hours worth of 3D prints, and I'm gonna need I don't have any friends who have 3D printers. I've called different companies, rental companies. I've even emailed, Instagram DM'd brands. It's not looking good. Or at least it wasn't, until Jack made one final suggestion.
Bro, put a story up.
Do you reckon?
Surely. People would be down to print.
I don't know if people who watch my videos would have 3D printers though. I wasn't very hopeful, but I gave it a go anyway, just in case. And within minutes, the emails started to come through. Oh yes, let's go. Yes! The army is here! So these are the people that have volunteered to help me 3D print the GTA map. But here's the catch. These kind people don't even know what they're actually printing. There are 82 individual parts to this giant print. So for all these people know, they're printing any old useless piece of plastic and they'll only find out what they've contributed to once this video goes live. Tell us what you think it is.
There's one piece that I've seen and I think it's the GTA 5 map.
Oh shit.
Here we go again.
What makes you think it's the GTA 5 map? Which piece is this?
I've got a bridge and a loop road, and I think I recognize it.
This might throw you off a little bit. So the GTA map, it's based on LA. I should do it. I won't suspect a thing.
Think of the GTA 5 map.
I also agree. I think it's a map, and I do go down the route of like thinking it's GTA.
I don't think it's GTA 5.
I think it might be GTA 5 map.
Never mind. But what they haven't figured out is what exactly I'm going to be doing with the map.
No, I think you're going to make a map and then you're probably going to destroy it in the most gay swingler type of way.
He's going to wear one of those T-Rex suits and trample the thing, maybe like a transformer or something like that.
I don't know, maybe throw a dart on it and go there.
I believe you're going to like fire like cannons, balls at it and just blow it up and just destroy it pretty much.
Yo, you lot don't think very much of me, do you? I think it's going to surprise you all what we're actually doing with this.
I'm lost. I have no clue.
As soon as I end the call, it's go time. So, and I appreciate you all so very much. Like, this video wouldn't be possible without you, so thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Cheers.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye. Let's get printed.
Crunch time starts now.
Let's get this show on the road.
I've got 17 pieces. I'll show you. You guys can see I've got 17 pieces here.
I only got enough material to do this one, so wish me luck.
This is the start of my journey. Got my 3D printers that I've purchased.
Got the 3D printers in, currently setting them up.
Here's the first piece. It's going to take 8 hours, 17 minutes. So let's send that to our first printer.
For the first few days, this was going extremely well with everyone's prints looking great until we hit our first big print issue.
We've had our first failure. I don't even know what happened, but the printer thinks it did it.
This cannot be happening, man. This keeps playing up on me. It keeps zeroing out. See, look, it's just gone to 0.
This is not what you want when you've got 3 prints to do and they take 13 hours each and only a couple of days to do it. This ain't gonna work.
They even started sending images into our Discord chat of their print fails, and man, I was getting extremely worried. But after a few hours, the community did what it does best, and they started helping each other out.
The guys in the community chat, they have just given me some advice, and I think we've got it sorted.
Okay, we're hitting send to the 3D printer, and in the next 8 hours, this thing should be printed. Over the next 2 days, people's prints just kept coming and coming, but something's still missing. The paint. This hotel is where I'll be hosting this massive community painting project where people have actually volunteered to help me bring this ant colony to life. But I didn't really believe that 30 plus people would turn up to a random hotel to help out a man in need. But just after setting this venue up, 2 people walked through the door, then another one, then another one, then another 4, then another 3, and before we knew it, we had tables filled with people painting away each piece of Los Santos. But, here's where it gets serious. This is not a deliberate hook, I promise you. This is the reality of the situation. We only have 5 hours to paint 82 pieces of the GTA 5 map before we get kicked out of the venue. We're on a time crunch here, so every second counts. Cue the montage music that makes this seem 10 times easier than it actually was. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, can I make an announcement, yeah? We only have to paint 2 more each, and this will be completely finished by the end of today. So, let's go. Can you do like a really fake reaction for YouTube for me? Yeah. Yeah, man. You see that? Like the video on Earth. Cheers. Now, just painting 2 pieces each might sound quick and easy on paper, but some of these pieces were taking hours to paint, especially this city. One guy even spent 5 hours painting the tiny little details. Is it actually your first piece?
It's not my first piece.
Broski.
It's not.
It's quarter to 2.
It's not.
And then, just to add a bit more pressure to the situation, I found out that 2 people had flown all the way from Northern Ireland to help us paint. And if we weren't done in time, they'd miss the flight home.
Left the house at 4:30, arrived here at 10 o'clock.
As the day went on though, I started to become hopeful. The finished pieces kept coming, and with less than an hour to go, we had all 82 pieces painted and ready to go. I don't really know how to end this because I feel bad because you've all put in loads of effort today. And a thank you doesn't really cut it. Massive round of applause, guys, for everyone. It's finally time to start putting the 3D prints together to make the full map. And for a start, I need to make sure they don't escape. This is a piece of clear perspex. You can see through this just like a normal window. You see this little ridge that we've put into this wood here? This allows us to slot the perspex in. We're able then to look through the perspex into the dirt and into the GTA city. And that brings me on to how the ants are going to function inside the map. I needed to fill the container with 300 kilos of sand for the ants to use for burrowing, commuting and protecting their queens. And finally, I'd like to present to you something I've been dreaming about for the last 7 days. A 3D print of Los Santos. But of course, there's still one thing missing. The ants. What I immediately started noticing was that the ants were grabbing the eggs and running away with them. You see, there's a reason why I chose the ants to be the subject of this video, because they're incredible at working together as a team and communicating with each other. These ants are the worker ants. Their job is to serve the queen, look after the eggs, and go about their daily lives around the city. Some of the worker ants even have their own businesses, and to run those businesses, they use Odoo. Odoo is an all-in-one management software that provides entrepreneurs like my friend Greg here, an ant, with a range of applications to simplify the day-to-day management of their businesses, including invoicing, accounting, project management, website creation, and so much more. Isn't that right, little buddy? Say yes, Greg. Greg, say yes. Your first Odoo application is free for life with unlimited hosting and support. They even offer a free personalized domain name for an entire year. Even Greg can run his business stress-free without worrying about hidden website fees or overpaying for his domain name. And it gets better. The Odoo Website Builder application is a powerful tool for creating websites quickly, easily, and efficiently. And it's free of charge, so you can get your business up and running in no time. Odoo keeps pace with your growing and evolving business needs, allowing you to add additional applications to the service as your business grows and your needs change. So, if you've had an idea and you want to start a business just like Greg, visit odoo.com to find out more. Off you go, Greg. There you go. Oh, of course it wouldn't be Los Santos without a few troublemakers now, would it? Alright, let me break it down. These are the Mafia rants. Just one of the 7 upgrades I'll be making to the city throughout this video. The Mafia Rant's job is to shake things up around the place. You can catch them at any given time robbing a bank, hiding bodies, or stealing food from other ants. To begin with, I thought introducing Mafia Rants was a good idea. Shortly after, I definitely regretted it. A few hours later, Los Santos started to feel like a lawless city. Things weren't looking good. Ants were fighting in the street, and the worker ants, well, they were reducing in numbers. To begin with, I was kind of confused as to why the worker ants had disappeared, but I think I found the answer. This is Bobby. Born in massive Italy, he quickly rose from small-time scams to leading a local ant firm. Known for his ruthless ambition, he orchestrated massive sugar heists, solidifying his power. He then expanded into illegal activities, eliminating rivals and traitors with brutal efficiency. Though his rise to power came at a terrible cost. His beloved wife, once his closest confidant, began to question his violent path. Paranoia consumed Bobby, and in a twisted act of loyalty to his empire, he ordered her execution, personally overseeing her demise. Now, as a powerful crime boss, he controls the underworld. His name synonymous with fear and respect, haunted by the ghost of the woman he sacrificed for power. And this is Joey. He does fuck all, to be honest. He's just one of those guys. He's got like a scar on his face. He just looks like a bad man. If you break him down psychologically, you'll see that he's basically nothing. He's just an insecure little man that just basically robs people on the street because he is projecting on other people. Things were going great. We had a smoothly running economy, bar the mafia causing havoc. The buildings were still intact. No riots were going down, and no one seemed to be on strike. But after a few hours, things got quiet. A little too quiet. I was starting to wonder where they were all disappearing to until I made this incredible discovery. The ants had started an entire underground army under Los Santos. But I've got some bad news. You're about to go to war. And there's only one way to defend yourself. You've got to use... I can't do it! You've got to use this. I know, I'm a disgrace to humanity, but if you want to let these ants take over and beat all of your asses watching, then be my guest. But if you've got a pair of balls and you want to step up, then hit the subscribe button to claim your weapon to defeat my ant army. I mentioned earlier that the ants are incredibly smart, and this is a great example of it. Here is a single ant that has identified what it believes to be the safest place for the queen to live and where she'll face the least threat from the outside world. That single ant has then sent a chemical signal out to the other ants in the colony, communicating with them and letting them know of its discovery. Through chemical signals, that message has then gone back to the queen ant, who's relocated herself to the location the ant discovered earlier. From there, the ants, who have incredible memories by the way, are now transporting the eggs to and from the queen so she can feed them and allow them to grow, eventually expanding the colony, resulting in a much bigger, better, and smarter one. These creatures are fascinating, but this isn't the only thing that makes them so unique. I'll touch on that in just a second. For now, we've got a mafia problem to deal with. If this city's ever going to grow and expand, it's going to need some control, and what better way to do that than the police? These guys are 5 times bigger than the ants, and hopefully they'll keep the mafia in check. They're not predators to the ants, but compete for the same food. And therefore, the mafia ants will think twice about stealing from the workers while the cockroach police are around. At least that was the plan. Yeah, this guy's in pieces now. He's got a different limb in each county. The mafia ants are going to use this guy's limbs as currency in the casino now, you know. My man Tony's going to walk into the casino, yeah, and put 3 legs on black on a roulette table, you know. Anyway, this is another example of why these creatures are so fascinating, though. They can actually carry up to 50 times their own body weight, and it might not look impressive to us, but that is the equivalent of me carrying an entire giraffe. And as a result, once the cockroach police have been flipped onto their back, they don't stand a chance against these mafia ants, despite being 5 times bigger than them. This cockroach will be pulled apart limb by limb and eaten by the ants within hours. But of course, if you behave like this in Los Santos, your star rating is going to go up. And if the ants hit 5 stars later in the video, I'll be releasing a mystery predator into Los Santos, the ultimate test of the ants' teamwork. For now though, here's a quick update. The worker ants have been busy upgrading the city over the last few days, so let's see what they've been up to. They built Los Santos Customs. They also built a brand new casino, and they also made the Vinewood sign. But all of these changes in the city are causing some extreme weather conditions. Never knew construction had an effect on the weather, to be honest, but we move. This could cause major problems for the ants as they've buried all of their eggs underground. What the fuck is this video? If this weather causes... I'm sat here making stories up about ant simulations, man. What am I doing? Whew. Okay. If this weather causes flooding, if this weather causes flooding, their eggs could be at risk. So they instantly kicked into action and began transporting the eggs to a safer part of the map together. But once the storm had passed, they had another problem. A lot of their food washed away in the storm, and now the ants had very limited resources. They began fighting over the remaining food, and things got out of hand very quickly. It's time for the predator to take control. This is Mr. Wiggles, a Pholcus phalangoid spider. Literally a daddy long legs, but that just sounded scarier. And for the next 24 hours, the ants have to communicate to avoid him. But this is where the pair of these ants shocked me the most. They didn't just avoid him, they fully attacked him. One single ant quite literally jumped on the back of this spider and rode it like a bull. Not only that, the ant was stinging and biting this thing in the back of the neck until it was dead. At this point, the ant had overcome a challenge even I thought would be too much to handle. And in many ways, so have I, to be honest. Throughout this video, I haven't been completely honest with you. You see, this wasn't a video about ants. In many ways, when you zoom out on a global scale, we are just ants. We have the same traits, the same problems, the same roles, and the same shortcomings. But unlike ants, we often overlook the value of community, and we overestimate what we're capable of alone. We have big dreams and big ideas, but we're often too worried about the opinions of others to share and pursue them with a group of like-minded individuals. The ants don't think about any of that. When they have a goal, they come together as a community and they figure it out, just like I had to do in this video. Without my friends, my family, and this community of you all watching this video at home, none of this would ever have been possible. To 3D model, 3D print, paint and assemble a model of this size and scale on my own would have taken over a year, but because of community, it took me 2 weeks. From Chloe and my mom preparing food for the painting day, to Frank spending his entire weekend cutting up the map, to the 3D printers who spent hundreds of hours solving problems and perfecting the prints. None of this would have been possible without any of them.
My name is Romal Henry.
Ryan. Bobby. Pat. Kerry.
Nick. Dries. Jay. Dylan. Lewis. Mandarin. Jordan.
Ryan.
Lewis.
Ryan. Jess. Mikey. Lewis. And I've painted one piece. One piece.
12. 2.
1. 3 pieces.
3. One piece. One piece. 4. 4 pieces.
3 pieces.
I printed 8 pieces.
I printed 25 pieces.
6 parts.
I printed 6 pieces.
I printed 10 pieces.
If you do want to support my channel, I'm holding an auction over on my website right now, jimmys.store, where you can place a bid on any of the 82 pieces from the actual map from this video. All the money that's raised off that auction too will just go towards funding bigger and better videos in the future on this channel. So if it is something you're interested in, go place a bid on your favorite piece right now over at jimmys.store and hopefully you win a piece. That being said, I shall see you all in the next video.